Welcome everyone to the next episode of My Week in Forza. So we decided to change things up a little bit. Unlike last week where we showed you some of the highlights here and there of the couple of races that I did, here we decided to go with 2 whole races. Now, the reason this worked out so well, it appears as if we get the best results when we race in the ABC classes. This is where different car classes get to race in the same track. Very similar to how endurance racing is in Le Mans. Let's get started. It first starts off with the slower cars and then comes to my class. This week we decided to go with the Porsche Cayman GT4. And we're off. Looks like we had a great start. And it looks like we had a little bit of contact there, but no problem. Looks like we got a little bit of a lock up there. And that was totally my fault. I definitely had to hit him the second time to straighten him out because I did feel bad. Again, completely my fault. And you can see he was able to catch up in the slipstream and we locked up a little bit. I gotta tell you, I hate this turn. I can never get this one right. But let's see if we can catch up. Now we can already see that we're starting to gain some ground on the slower cars that started ahead of us. Oh, we had a close call there. We were able to brake in time. And let's see here. Oh, even closer call. Now the Ford did hit the BMW a little bit there. Not to worry. Let's see if we can get him on the inside. And we do. A little bit on the dirt there. Let's see if we can make up some ground on the straightaway. And looks like we're catching up. Late braking and oh, did not see that Aston Martin there. This is kind of the tricky part, you know, you're trying to race your own class, but you have faster cars coming up from behind and you trying to pass cars in front of you. So let's see how we all do on this turn when we all get together. Oof, you can see that Lambo flying by. Again, I hate that turn and it was unfortunate. I had nowhere to go. But as you can see, the Aston Martin is definitely a faster car, able to easily pass me. Just part of having those mixed cars. And you can see the Aston Martin went a little bit wider. I had a better line there, so I was able to pass. Well, that Porsche looks like it's going really fast. And let's see, how do we do here? Lock up a little bit, but we're able to get around. And I go off into the grass a little bit just to avoid hitting the Mark II Golf. I gotta say, whoever has that Mark II Golf definitely has it set up very well. It's in a lower class than what my car was, but it was definitely keeping up with not just me, but other faster cars as well. And ran a little wide, but definitely better than the other times. It's been some time since I've been on this track and driven a car similar to the Porsche. Looks like we entered a little too fast, locked up, understeered, but let's see if we can recover. That was a great line there, was able to keep up with the other Porsche. Oh, looks like that one's getting a little squirrely on the end. And again, you can definitely see that Mark II Golf keeping up with us. So that was it for race number 1. For race number 2, we're headed over to Daytona Motor Speedway. Now, the tough thing with starting off in Daytona from a standstill is that the road is not flat. So when you accelerate, the car tends to slide over to one side. Let's see how we do. Not too bad. Looks like we're battling it out a little bit with the Mustang. So in our class, we have the Mustang, we have the Viper, and we have the Alfa Romeo. Man, that Mustang is really keeping up with me. Oh, locked up a little bit there. Can the Mustang capitalize on it? Looks like it can, especially with the higher horsepower it has. And getting a little sideways there. I decided to go on the top, and the Mustang is going for the shorter line at the bottom. And looks like I nicked the wall just a tad bit there. I gave the Mustang some space. He was definitely going faster than I was. Let's see if we can still keep up. Looks like we can, but man, that Alfa Romeo has way more power than I do. And here come the faster cars from behind. Looks like we were able to gain some ground on the Mustang and even pass him. Now, having these different classes makes it interesting because you do have to worry about traffic, and you could use it to your advantage, but it's also to a disadvantage if there's cars that you can't pass yourself. Looks like the Alpha was a little too fast and we were able to pass them. There we have the Aston Martin in the faster class, and we also have the Lamborghinis catching up to us. Sometimes it's better to play it a little safe when you don't know how the person in front of you brakes. A little bit of a lockup down turn one, but looks like we were able to keep it together. And again, we have some of these slower cars that we're catching up to, and then this happens. I didn't want to hit the car and I ended up on the grass, and because of that I lost my place to the Mustang. Let's see if we can catch up though. And wow, that Porsche is coming really fast. The great thing about also having the different classes is you're able to get behind a faster car and hopefully slipstream. In this case, the Porsche was just way too fast for my car. Getting a little sideways, wanted to avoid that accident there. And doesn't look like we're going to have enough to compete against the Mustang. But we had some great battles, we had some great racing, and overall, definitely happy with this race. Well, that's it for this week, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of My Week in Forza. Stay tuned for more action.